Hey, welcome to Half the Battle!
Main Character May continues with Lady Jaye. And today we'll be looking at some fun facts, some trivia, and just general weirdness that didn't fit in any of the other videos. First thing, we're going back to the name, Lady Jaye.
Did you know that wasn't the only codename they considered for the character? Oh no, there were others.
For one, there was Lady Shay. This would have made her Irish, or at least of Irish descent, as it's a Gaelic name derived from the last name O'Shea. At some point in pre-production, it was changed to Jay, and the Irish thing was relegated to having studied there.
That wasn't the only possible name though.
There was also Shady Lady. Good thing they didn't go for that one, as in some parts of the world, that's slang for prostitute.
Yikes!
Though to be fair, it's also slang for a spy who'd use their, womanly wiles, i.e. sex, to gather information. Another name they considered was Sprite, like the folklore creature? Yeah, I think we can all agree Lady Jaye was the right name to pick, enigmatic though it is.
Moving on.
Last week I only mentioned the G.I.Joe cartoons, but there's more to be had in the Transformers series. In Season 3, the season that came after Transformers the movie, which had a time skip all the way to the distant and unknowable future of the year 2005, the character of Marissa Fairborn was introduced. If that last name sounds somewhat familiar to G.I. Joe fans, that's because it's Flint. And while never confirmed at the time, later interviews with creators did establish she was Flint's daughter, as well as Lady Jaye's.
That's just a neat little Easter egg they put in a Transformers cartoon.
Now, Lady Jaye didn't just have action figures. There has been other merchandise too. From the mundane like trading cards to the slightly weird like a sexy anime style statue. A statue that got recolored to match that ultra-rare Fun School version for some reason, and due to the hat makes me think of Mario. It's-a me, Lady Jaye! By the way, that figure wasn't called Lady Jaye, but is a Fun School original character called Canary Ann.
Because yellow, I guess.
The statue calls her Lady Jaye though. You can still get both statues for like $100 each if you want a really awkward conversation piece on your coffee table. Of course, no discussion about Lady Jaye merchandise would be complete without mentioning the nightmare fuel that is the Halloween mask. I already talked about this thing in another video, but needless to say, if the Scream movies had used this instead of the Ghostface mask, it would have been 10 times creepier and more scary. This is something you wear during the purge, people.
Okay, what else is there to talk about?
Well, Lady Jaye was supposed to get her own spin-off TV series on Amazon Prime. This was announced in February of 2021. You'll note that this video came out in May of 2023, and we really haven't heard anything about it since the first announcement. Then again, G.I. Joe live action and development hell have always been cozy with each other, so who knows. In pretty much every continuity, Lady Jaye ends up with Flint, unlike Scarlet, who's either with Duke or Snake Eyes, or both, high resolute, depending on the media. And let's not get into an argument over who the best couple is, as it's clearly Mainframe and Zorana.
Don't at me!
Anyway, she's been called a tomboy at various times because she's in the army and has short-ish hair. But I believe there's a reason for the haircut. She's a master of disguise, and shorter hair is easier to hide under a wig.
That's my theory anyway.
Moving on, somebody regretted that I didn't talk about Renegade's Lady Jaye last time. Well, that's because it's a completely different character. Everybody in that cartoon was. That's also why I only spent like 2 lines on Retaliation last week. I'll probably get to Renegades at some point on this channel, but it's not a priority.
Speaking of other cartoons...
She also appears in Sergeant Savage and the Screaming Eagles. I think. I mean, she's a blonde, but it's clearly supposed to be Lady Jaye. Sergeant Savage was the follow-up toy line to A Real American Hero, and was so much like Captain America, I'm surprised Marvel didn't sue somebody. As with Renegades, I plan to eventually cover it, but again, not a priority.
And I think that about wraps it up.
I'm sure there's facts and trivia I forgot to mention or left out, but I'm sure you lovely people will let me know in the comments below. That's not sarcasm, by the way. I do appreciate people pointing things out that I missed or didn't talk about.
Next time, Main Character May ends. Well, I'll see you then, everybody. And hey, why not like, share, and subscribe if that's your thing?